Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, today I am going to give you my WrestlePalooza predictions. Currently, we have 5 matches on the card. I really wish there is a 6th match on the card. I thought the Women's Championship Triple Threat match between Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and Nia Jax would be on the card, but they announced it for Friday Night SmackDown next week. So there might be some time to add a 6th match, maybe Aleister Black and Damian Priest. We'll see. But right now, we have 5 matches on the card, and it looks stacked. And look, I know a lot of people have been apprehensive about this show, especially now that it's on ESPN, and there has been some issues when it comes to the ESPN app. Plus, on top of it, it's $29.99 to get per month, so a lot of people are upset about that. But WrestlePalooza, is a show that Triple H, WWE have been going all out for, so I hope that they deliver. Also, Triple H has been saying that there might be surprises, so hopefully he will deliver on those surprises, because this might be the biggest show of the year for WWE, especially considering the way the year has gone, how fans have been angry at WWE. So this is a show that they absolutely have to deliver on tomorrow night. So let's get into it. The first match to get into is John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Now, this is a match that we have seen many times over the years. I mean, this is one of the classic John Cena rivalries that we have seen time and time again. And honestly, I have seen a lot of John Cena matches, and if there was one superstar that has been decimating John Cena his entire career, it is Brock Lesnar. I mean, look at the SummerSlam match. It was insanely one-sided. But anyways, Brock Lesnar came back at SummerSlam this year after John Cena put on a 5-star classic against Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship, and Brock Lesnar proceeds to F5 Cena. A lot of people have not liked the build-up to this match, and I understand, because John Cena and Brock Lesnar have not interacted yet, or they're never going to interact, because as of Friday Night SmackDown tonight, no interactions. All we've gotten is hype packages, retrospecting their history with one another, and they both have cut promos separately on one another, which hasn't exactly added heat. All we've really gotten that's memorable is the whole Brock Lesnar R-Truth promo. The Cena had the rallying babyface promo on Raw, and then tonight Brock Lesnar ends up freaking F5ing Corey Graves in the little Paul Heyman tease. But anyways, I think John Cena needs to win here. I truly believe that if you want John Cena to get the last laugh on Brock Lesnar, he needs to win this match. And I hope that after the match, Gunther comes back, and it's John Cena and Gunther at Crown Jewel in Australia. So that is that. The second match is the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso versus Bronson and Bron Breakker of The Vision. Look, I know, and this is probably going to be brought up many times, a lot of people have not liked the endings to Monday Night Raw recently, with the whole Vision opening the show and ending the show, and I feel you guys. It is absolutely tiresome. It is annoying. So what is my thoughts about this match? Look, I don't have a problem with this match being on the card. Who wins is kind of split down the middle, but if I'm being logical in what makes the most sense, it's the Vision winning here, because most of the PLE wins that they have gotten has been with Seth Rollins around. I truly believe that this is the PLE, the Vision need to get a huge win and hopefully go after the World Tag Team titles and take those titles off the Judgment Day, because holy crap, they've only defended those titles once since winning those titles in June. So I think they win. I think Bronson Reed gets the pin because he deserves it. And I think the Usos are probably going to do a mini storyline with LA Knight before War Games. So that's what I think will happen. The third match, arguably the biggest mixed tag team match in WWE history. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. 2 of the biggest power couples in professional wrestling history. A lot of people have been picking Punk and AJ to win this match. And I truly agree with this statement, because if it's AJ Lee's return match, and then on top of that, if you want AJ Lee to have a shot at the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch, it would be really nice if CM Punk and AJ Lee were to win this match. And I really wish this was the main event, but WWE has other plans. And it also adds more fuel to the fire for both feuds, Punk and Rollins, AJ and Becky. And look, I think what they're doing right now is arguably the reason why I think this is the best storyline in WWE right now, and the reason why a lot of people are still going to watch WrestlePalooza, because this is AJ Lee's return match of her first match in 10 years. So that's what I think will happen. I think Punk and AJ will win. I think AJ pins Becky, which sets up a Women's Intercontinental Championship match in the future. Don't know when. And then Punk and Rollins could do their own thing leading into War Games. The fourth match, possible match of the year contender, potential 5-star classic here. Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer for the vacant Women's World Championship. There have been 2 women's matches, actually, is it 2? Yeah, 2 women's matches in WWE and AEW this year that have gotten 5 stars. That'd be Mariah May and Toni Storm in the Hollywood ending match for the AEW Women's World Championship at Revolution this year. And then a couple months later, it was Bianca, Rhea, Io for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania 41 in the classic triple threat match. And I thought Rhea and Io would have a 5-star classic at Evolution this year, but they didn't, which kind of saddens me. But I truly believe that this match is going to get 5 stars. I think this could be the best match in women's professional wrestling history. I mean, you got Io Sky, who's having an incredible 2025, against a Stephanie Vaquer, who was a double champion basically near the beginning of the year, and then gets called up to the main roster. And I know that a lot of people have been upset with Stephanie Vaquer not being on TV recently, but I'm glad that this match is happening. I'm glad that we get this match. Hopefully there's no interference, and I hope Stephanie Vaquer wins the Women's World Championship, because Io Sky already has a storyline ready in Asuka and Kairi and Rhea and Nikki and whatever's going on there. And Stephanie, she could do her own thing. I mean, she could defend the title against Roxanne Perez or Raquel Rodriguez or Rhea Ripley. They teased out on Raw this past Monday night for maybe Crown Jewel in Australia. Who knows? I think Vaquer deserves to win it. And based on that Chris Van Vliet interview, please give her that moment, especially with her dad in the audience. Please, WWE, pull the trigger on Stephanie Vaquer. And the 5th match, which I would presume is the main event based on what Nick Aldis said on SmackDown tonight, Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. This is another match that is kind of like somewhat split down the middle. There's people that said that Drew McIntyre should win this match, considering that he's lost a lot of big matches over the last few years. Cody Rhodes, he is one of those guys. Some people are saying he should retain the championship, considering this is his first title defense, and plus there's bigger fish that he has to face off, Randy Orton, for example. But if there's one thing that a lot of people have been wanting to see, it's more of Cody and Drew in the months to come before we get to Cody and Randy. Now, considering what all this said, if this is the main event of WrestlePalooza, I think 2 things could happen. I think, 1, we could see Drew McIntyre win the championship, which would be well-deserved, and nobody would have a problem with it. Or they have Cody retain the championship, but Randy Orton turns heel, and then we get the Cody-Randy stuff. But I know people are going to be mad over the fact that, they're pulling the trigger too early, and they should just do Cody and Drew for a couple more months. And on top of that, they believe that Drew McIntyre should be in the main event scene basically until the end of the year. So here's my prediction. I think Cody Rhodes will retain here. I do think the Cody and Drew storyline is going to continue for a few more months until maybe after War Games. And then that's where we can start doing the Cody-Randy stuff. And then that's where we can start building up to Cody and Randy at WrestleMania in Vegas for the undisputed WWE Championship. But you never know. Under Triple H and under TKO and under WWE, they like to shock us. So, and then we've seen that a lot in 2025. So whatever tricks they have up their sleeve, they better deliver, because I know there are going to be fans out there who are going to be watching closely and hoping that this delivers, because I know a lot of people are not exactly happy with WWE, especially with the Saudi Arabia announcement. But anyways, that is my predictions for WrestlePalooza tomorrow night. It is at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, and hopefully I can watch it because it is on the ESPN app, and I hope and pray that it is actually going to run smoothly because, I mean, it's the first WWE PLE on ESPN, and they absolutely have to deliver. If it ends up being a freaking failure, well, I think WWE might just be falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. So, that is it for the video, guys. If you like this video, click the like button, comment, subscribe for more content like this. But that is all for now. Until the next episode, see ya!